Welcome to Christian Statesman. I'm your host, Zach Wagner, and this is episode 112, Let Freedom Ring. This weekend we celebrate another American Independence Day holiday. We here at Christian Statesman will probably do what most Americans do. In the morning we will shoot up a few paper targets, get together with friends in the afternoon and barbecue some meat and other good food. In the evening we will caravan to the local fireworks show. Somewhere in the midst of this, we will serve our neighbors and spread goodwill and friendship. And we will do it because it is one tiny aspect of what free Americans can do. But we celebrate this season under the lengthening shadow of oppression from those seeking to destroy our freedoms. Even some of the very people who swore an oath of office to defend those freedoms. What many people do not fathom is that the freedom versus tyranny struggle has been manifest in every nation and people throughout history. The American Constitution is the most inspired document to date that embodies the principles of a people driven by the eternal precepts of liberty. The great struggle, and a struggle if we truly understood its scope, has been going on throughout the universe long before we showed up, is that of liberty or freedom versus tyranny or oppression. The fundamental issue at hand describes the best and most productive form of governance. The Liberty School of Thought maintains that a people need to be free to choose their course in life. Only through this deliberate and moral choice can true freedom be exercised in a society built and prospered on correct principle. The opposite school is one of oppression. In this school, people need to be corralled and monitored, forced by ever-present coercion into making correct decisions and actions in order to maintain an orderly and functional state. The two approaches could not be more diametrically opposed. Freedom to choose on the one hand, and only the freedom to conform to a higher and more enlightened state authority on the other. The arguments for both sides can be compelling to the uneducated or darkened mind, but only one school of thought endures in the long run. Only one idea maintains the moral choices of free will. Freedom must prevail to have a productive, happy, and prosperous people on the earth. No central authority or overbearing group of enlightened elites, so-called, can dictate or control mass behavior as well as free market and free functioning principles can. It has always been true throughout history that the most moral and sustainable decisions rise to the top of a free society. Only when the corrupt self-interest of elitism creeps in and overwhelms the top echelons of a system does it inevitably collapse. America's system of a Republican government guarantees ongoing preservation of liberty. It was designed to ensure the removal of corrupt actors through free elections should they begin to penetrate and try to overwhelm the freedoms within the system. Unfortunately, in recent years, these elements have so encumbered our governance that we find suspicious actors at all points of the compass, in both parties, and throughout an ever-burgeoning and unconstitutional bureaucracy. The central idea of our freedoms is that if a free people, acting morally, see corruption infiltrating their governing bodies and policies, they may act to remove that corruption, enabling them to maintain a stable state of liberty. However, when both the people and their overseers become corrupt, freedom will be short-lived. We are at a crossroads in America. If 2020 showed us anything, it is that our freedoms can slowly and carefully be taken from us if we sit back and allow it. It is difficult to see through the lies and corruption of current leadership, especially when the media, an institution that used to call out bad actors, are in on the power-grabbing game, and that is indeed where we find ourselves. But we have never lost faith in the average American. There are still generations in this country who were raised at a time when liberty was the watchword. We recognize the charlatans when they show up with fast talk, big promises, but no principles. We are not fooled, but the recognition of our problems is no guarantee of an easy solution to them. This holiday, let us resolve to rid ourselves of those who would not preserve our freedoms. The recall of Governor Newsom in California is a fine example of a place to start. Every politician or bureaucrat who is supportive of policies that limit freedom should be put on notice. We could make our motto this year the old rock ballad theme of "We won't get fooled again." But much better than that, we should unite under the banner of "Let freedom ring." Let us all resolve this 4th of July to disallow anyone in our local, state, or national government who would deign to limit true liberty to continue to function in any way that tramples our rights. Vote with your voice and again at an uncompromised ballot box. Let freedom ring loud and clear. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful 4th of July weekend, and as always, have a blessed day.